Hello and welcome back to Of Land and Leaf. My name is Andrea and I garden in a community garden about 15 minutes away from my house. And I am back in the garden about to be really vulnerable because I don't know what I'm walking into. Last week, I discovered a vole in the garden. Things were popping up missing and I just was not connecting the dots. And then I started seeing the holes and then I was like, oh my God, something is actually grabbing my crops from underneath the ground. Did a little research and found out that it was voles. But once they got the cabbage and the collards and a couple carrots, I thought it was done because the only really other things that I have are herbs and onion. And everyone was saying, you know, onions and garlic, they don't want that. They started snatching my onions last week. And the problem is I was headed out of town. So I didn't really have what it took to deal with it, because what I really need to do is dig my beds up, put hardware cloth down, and then redo my beds, and that is going to be a lot of work. I did my beds myself, DIY'd my wooden garden beds, and that was a lot of work. 2 years ago now. And now I have this and I really need to dig it up. And I've been working on my soil. So I went to Harbor Freight and got some tarp. And my goal today is to get the soil out of the beds. Probably put those onions in grow bags. Because I just don't know. It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. I just don't know if I'm going to get everything done today, but I want to at least address the situation. And I brought some cayenne pepper because everybody's telling me put cayenne pepper down, lots of it. That might keep them away. The thing is, I have no idea what I'm going to walk into. I'm in a better place emotionally than the last time my garden got hit by rodents, because I think I had rats or something in my sweet potato patch before. It could have been this same bowl, because something got in my sweet potato patch and just ate up, chewed up a lot of the sweet potatoes. Not like all of them, just chewed on them. And I thought it was a rat. You never know what you're going to get into in this garden. So I won't cry if everything is gone. But I'm hoping that everything is not gone. So just taking you with me here and get a cart. So one of the reasons why I did not have it in me to come back here and do any work last week was because Monday I was in the garden. It started to get dark and I was like, okay, let me get myself together so I can go. And somehow I managed to lock my keys and my phone in the car. I didn't even know that they would lock in the car, but I managed to lock my keys and my phone in the car and had to walk home. Now I told you I garden about 15 minutes away from my house. That's in the car. So I was thinking it was going to be about an hour walk. It was about 2 hours at night in garden boots. It was not fun. So needless to say, I was sore. I'm just not built for an impromptu walk at night. Because imagine the pace. I was walking. I was not trying to be out in the streets at 10 o'clock at night. And where I live, they don't believe in street lights. So certain parts of the walk were super dark. So that was not fun. Anyway, now I'm super sensitive about my keys. I'm leaving doors open and everything, trying to make sure that I don't lock my keys in the car. So I'm gonna pack up and go down to the garden. Okay, so here's the bed that the vole was eating out of. And he got all of these. I put the owl down trying to scare him. This little sensor was already in the bed when he started eating. He cared not about that. He got my row of carrots and he got my onions. But it looks like he's stopped. And before I left, I did put some juicy fruit in the holes because I was told that juicy fruit makes them really sick and they might go away. And I put juicy fruit in that hole and in a hole over here that's been rained in, and I don't see the juicy fruit in this hole. Maybe he's gone. I hate to bother my onions if he's gone. I transplanted these before I left, but just those. I probably could have got 2 more in there. And because it looks like they're starting to want to bulb up, I really don't want to disturb them for nothing. Now I have this bed over here. That's like a junk bed that I haven't put anything in. What I might do is go ahead, because I want to get something done today. I might just go ahead and move this stuff out and put the hardware cloth down there and then wait. Wait and see if he takes one more of my onion before I dissect this bed, because that's a lot of work. I think that's what I'm gonna do though. New plan, instead of digging up my onions, I have this empty bed right here that nothing is in. So I'm just gonna set the foundation. I'm gonna take this down, take out the soil that's in here, because I did put this in here, but I stopped planting in here because something was eating in here last year. So I turned this into like a junk bed. So what I'm gonna do is just take this down and put the wire mesh down, and then put that soil back over it. So let me show you the wire mesh that I got. It's just this. Everbuilt 3x5. I just got one because I wanted to see if I could work with it. I wanted to see how, you know. So we'll try that first. I didn't bring a tripod, so I'm gonna have to put this down, work on it a little bit, and I'll bring you back. Getting pretty decent progress. Let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so I dug all of this here. I really try to maximize my garden space, so I don't have a lot of walkway space. So I just kind of opened the tarp a little bit to dig this out. Now I'm gonna move the wooden planks and attempt to put the hardware cloth down. I can see where it's digging, and it's in a space where this wood does not go all the way into the ground. So I'm gonna put that hardware cloth down and then try to bring it over into the next bed, I think. I don't know, but let's see. Perfect day to finish this project because it's not hot, but it is physically exhausting. It's a 2-person job and I'm 1 person. So I may have to stop here, but here's what I've finished so far. Got the bed pretty much disassembled, and that cloth is really only going to cover 1 bed. So this was a $27, $26, I think it was $26.92. So it's $27 cloth, and that's just for 1 bed. And I really need to do all of these beds. But the reason why I'm stopping is because mentally I can't figure out if I lay this down, but he's going back and forth, won't he just tunnel over? I feel like this has to go under, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough to stop him, because he's in both beds. And if that wood doesn't go all the way down to the wire mesh, I don't know if that's going to stop him. So I might just stop. I'm out of breath, I'm tired, I'm sweaty. Here in my other garden, I planted like 20 ears of corn on 417. I see one. I see one little ear of corn. I think I see another one trying to come up right there. Yeah, I see a couple trying to come up. Everyone told me that my corn wouldn't grow over here because this is like a rocky, mulched, like it's a bunch of stone. It's like a really yucky native space that people haven't grown on. But I'm trying it because nothing beats a fail but a try. You know, I'm not out here, and so if this is prime deer area right here. So we'll see how the corn does, but I see some corn coming up. I'm excited about that. What I didn't get was squash. So I'm gonna replant the squash that I planted over here because I really want some patty pan. Oh, and here's just like an overall update. I don't know if you remember this. Let me zoom out. This is my second plot on the hill. So I planted patty pan squash in here weeks ago. I didn't label it, but they haven't germinated. It said 5 to 10 days. I know it's been more than 10 days. It's probably been more like 14. So I just planted 2 more in each. I put 1 in each and neither germinated. So I just put 2 in each. I have the corn that's coming up in this plot. Put a little bit of cloth down here so I have a walkway to access things as they grow. It's a little mess right now, but it's coming together. This is my comfrey tea that's sitting here. And I did put watermelon in here. I didn't label this either, but it was right before I went out of town. So it's like less than a week ago. And I put 3 seeds in and 2 have germinated. So I'm excited about that. And I want to get something else over here. But I know the watermelon, I mean, I primarily got this plot so that the watermelon could vine and take over this plot. And I already have the squash and hopefully the corn patch. But I'm going to think of something else to maximize this space. I mean, the watermelon is going to take over like all of this, right? And maybe that'll be enough, but maybe I'll stick 2 different kind of watermelon in here somewhere because I just want to maximize the space if I'm going to do all this work. I just wanted to show you. And the garden already had a blueberry bush right here, and they told me that if I maintain it, I can harvest off of it. So I'll have blueberries, watermelon, patty pan squash, hopefully corn. What's one other thing that you would put in this space? It's not super sunny. It does get some sun, but not like 8 to 10 hours, probably more like 6 to 8 hours. But you see there are trees and stuff around. That corn is going to get tall. The variety that I purchased is a 7-footer. So that's going to get tall. But I do have a little bit more room. What should I do? Let me know. I'm very pleased with my strawberries this year. They are coming out really pretty, really gorgeous, super red. Now I'm having to fight the roly-polies to get to them. I was calling myself hiding them for the birds, but it's the roly-polies. If I leave them too long, they get them and they start eating them. So that sucks. But I've gotten my fair share. I'm enjoying them. I just have to harvest often, and you know, I don't come out here every day. I just even got in town, so oh look, that's a big beautiful one. Gorgeous, right? So when I can get big ones like that, it just feels so good. I can't always, they're not always that big, but look at that all chewed up. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, it's a hustle to get them, but I've been pleased with my harvest so far. Getting dark, so I'm gonna head out, but I am gonna come back and straighten up either tomorrow or the day after so that we can do a May 1st garden tour. That'll be fun, right? Because we haven't done a garden tour since last year, and I stopped doing videos when it got really, really hot. So it probably was like May the last time I did a tour. So we'll do one. I'll show you where we are and hopefully keep you posted. Also, I'm gonna do another worm update. So make sure you're watching. See you next time. Happy gardening.